Hey everyone, it's Melinda here today. Thank you ever so much for stopping by my channel. Today's share is my first share for September for Cut to You, and I am playing along with the Made to Scrap the Aussie Way challenge as Gwen is the sponsor over there this month. This is the page I've created. It's a photo of my gorgeous niece and myself. We went out for lunch to celebrate her birthday and she snapped a cool photo. So I'm just showing you the cut files that I'm using here and what I've done. So I cut that on black cardstock. Tip, using black cardstock, if you're anything like me and you've had nothing but trouble cutting black cardstock, I changed to a new blade and that seemed to make a really big difference. So I cut that on black cardstock. I filled the remainder of the page with other cuts that I wanted to use, including those stars from the constellation cut file. And then I took my blade out and I replaced it with my pen holder, and I traced around the outside of the cut file in my software and removed like the inside lines because I didn't really need to know where they were. And then I ran my paper through my Cameo again to get just the outline so that I knew where my cut file was going to go, so I could add my color where I wanted it. Does that make sense? So if that doesn't make sense, leave me a comment and I'll see what I can do about trying to explain myself better. As you can see though, I've got white cardstock as my background. I'm playing with my awesome Distress Oxide inks again. I love these things so much. And I am going with a rainbow of colours. Spoiler alert, I do use purple. Can you believe it? I actually created purple so that I could specifically use it. Anyway, so I am just using my Distress Oxides here and some plastic packaging, and I'm just making a mess in the background. It was lots of fun. I'm making sure that I dry off each colour as I go, and then just trying my cut file over the top, seeing how things are looking. I'll just grab my list so I can tell you what colours I'm using. Oh, I didn't write them down. If you really need to know, you can probably read them. If you really need to know and you can't read them, leave me a comment and I'll let you know. So here I go making purple. Can you believe it? Anyway, how are you all? I've just come back from a weekend away with some friends. It was a bit of downtime as well as some scrapbooking. We had an awesome time. So what I just did then, I tried to do the purple on top of the other colours there, and I did it in a place where I knew my photo was going to go, and I found that it moved the colour that was underneath. So I dabbed up as much of the colour as I could, and then I used my my sealer. I can't remember what brand it is or anything, but that's what I used so that I could add colour over the top. Now I'm still adding a bit more colour here. I wasn't 100% happy with the coverage like behind the bottom of my photo, so I'm just going back in. That could be Mermaid Lagoon maybe? I don't even know. So just drying all that off. I think I'm going to go back in with splatters now. Yep. Page is not complete without splatters apparently. All of my little stars stuck to my thing there that I'm using to clean off my plastic. Wow. It's Monday morning. Clearly I'm having Monday-itis. So I'm just going back through with all the same colours and adding splatters. And honestly, the longest part of doing this page is my background, which is pretty normal. But it's fun. It's what I like to do. I'm really happy with how this page came together, even with the purple. I use this big paintbrush because I like the big splatters that I get. It obviously holds more water, so when you flick it around, it drops more water, which is why I like it. If I want smaller splatters, I tend to use my little fan brush. So I left that to dry. and I felt like the background needed a little bit of something. I felt like the black was too harsh against the colours, so to make it kind of blend, look like it was meant to be together, that's more what I mean. I just grabbed this script stamp, that's not a stencil, script stamp. It's one of the Vicky Bruton stamp sets, and I'm just stamping all up and down that vertical where the inks are. Let me know too. So I don't know if you noticed, but there's a change in colour here in the light. The first part of the video was done with my overhead lights on. The second part of the video I have done with my window open. I'm right next to a window. I've got my blind open. It's afternoon sun, I think. I know the shadows are a bit annoying, but let me know. Do you prefer one or the other? Do the shadows bug the crap out of you like the reflection bugs the crap out of me on my glass? Or, you know, let me know what you think. You guys are the ones that have to watch it, so I thought I would get some feedback. I also decided to add some splatters. I've just used my colour spray in Road Base by Colour Blast for that. Adding a bit of foam behind my photo. I think I'm grabbing a doily. Oh no, tissue paper first. Adding some messy layers behind my photo. And I grabbed a couple of different size doilies here. I've got the 4 and the 5 inch, and I buy my doilies from Delish Scraps, if you want to know. Sorry for my big fat head. I wanted to make sure my cut file was in the right place. By the end of all the colour that I put on there though, it was almost impossible to see where my pencil marks were. This cracks me up. So I make sure I spend all this time fussing with that cut file over and under, and then when I stick it down, watch this. I'm just using my Scotch tacky glue and sticking mostly just the main part in that middle down. Yeah, I wanted the ends loose so that if they wanted to lift, they would create a bit of texture. One of my all-time new favourite love products is these Art Alchemy Paints Metallic by Finnabair. I've got the gold one there, I think it's called Gold Rush, and I've just flicked that all over my background because I wanted a bit of gold. And I'm just sticking down these stars as well. So the open stars, I am using my wet glue, and for the not the outline, the inline, the solid shape. I'm so sorry. It's definitely my day. I am popping those up with some little foam dimensionals. Now, I've got 2 size foam dimensionals there. I don't know if you've seen these yet, but I was blown away when I discovered them. Stampin' Up! Have got their normal size dimensionals, but they've got minis as well, which are awesome. And like I was saying, I mucked around with getting that file over and under and just right, and then I stick my photo right on top. Oh, too funny. Anyway, so sticking, I'm going to add a tiny bit of journaling, and I think it is something to the effect of, oh, my title first, something to the effect of, on my stars, time goes way too quick, going out for lunch to celebrate your 19th birthday. So I'm just adding these. These are one of my all-time favorite fonts. I absolutely love them. This is the ones in the gold. I'm going to add my journaling now, I think. Yes. I really love this photo of her and I, though I have a funny shaped head, but that's okay. Don't look too closely. Just adding my journaling there. I think that I put the date as well. And that is it. Making sure everything is stuck down. I'm going to give you a bit of a close-up, give you a wave, and lots of still photos for you. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave them below. I didn't use really anything else besides the cut files and white cardstock, so that's awesome. It was a really fun page to put together. After the camera was off and I knew all my glue was dry, I did go back in and bend up all the points of all the stars just for a little bit of extra dimension. If you have any questions, I've already said this, please make sure you leave them below. Otherwise, I shall see you again. I think my next post is some very exciting news. If it's not, it'll be soon after. Anyway, that will keep you in suspense, Tina. So I will speak to you again very soon. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. Have a fantastic scrappy day. Bye.